All right. Hello, everyone. My name's Joseph Papello. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Director of Volunteer Programs here at Emergency Management. I manage the CERT program. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening for the CERT graduation ceremony. I'd like to first begin with our very own CERT staff member, firefighter, Regina Wilson, performing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Regina, for sharing your voice with us. Wonderful as always. I would like to now turn it over to New York City Emergency Management's First Deputy Commissioner, Christina Farrell.
Hey, Joe, thank you. So good evening. As Joe mentioned, I'm the First Deputy Commissioner here at New York City Emergency Management. I just want to say I'm really happy to be back. CERT has been near and dear to my heart for many years. And so even though, this is a somewhat new format, it's terrific. We can all get together, and thank you, Regina, as always. This is a celebration of your achievement, although we would obviously like to be in person and celebrate like we used to for so many graduations. We're happy that we have this platform so we can keep everyone safe in these somewhat crazy times. And so we appreciate your support of this compromise. I want to mention that the good news is even though we're still living in the middle of a pandemic, and consistently working to find better options for supporting New York City as things just keep turning. The CERT program did not see a drop in any applications. New Yorkers are still coming out, still wanting to help, and we actually have seen an increase in applications during the pandemic, which is fantastic. And this is really a testament to the people in New York City. We all are still reeling from what happened Sunday up in the Bronx, which is beyond tragic, but as always happens in New York City, we also have seen all the love and support, and that in even the darkest times there are hope, hope, and this is really something that we always see with CERT. CERT is always part of this because all our CERT volunteers go above and beyond to lend a hand. And to take time out of everyone's crazy schedule to go through a top-notch training to assist your neighbors in times of need. For this, me and all the people involved with CERT and really at emergency management in the city want to thank you, and I know that your fellow New Yorkers thank you. As I mentioned, we have the response to the fire up in the Bronx. We opened up a service center. And of course, as we were running around trying to get things situated on Sunday, some of the first people I saw up there were CERT members. Yesterday I was up at the service center again. We had to move it to a different service center. And I saw even more CERT members. So, it's fantastic. The volunteers on site are continuously adapting to new roles. It's only been a little over 48 hours, but we've already gone through several phases of the response and, looking at the initial recovery. And the CERT volunteers that are helping out are supporting various roles, like greeting people when they come in, doing the sign-in, donation sorting, and escorting people into their homes. So, some of these, I know for the graduates, these are some of the skills that you learned during the human services class a couple of weeks ago. And so you see a real life example, a very dramatic example of how those services are used. As we continue to adapt and adopt and continue our flexibility, especially with new technology and new ways of operating and keeping people safe, I want you to know that we truly appreciate your commitment and your perseverance in overcoming the challenges that these advances present. We recognize that your time is valuable and that we know it was well spent over the last several weeks. We appreciate you engaging in this hybrid training. The feedback that I have received from CERT staff and your liaisons was very positive, and like all CERT members, your enthusiasm has been infectious for all involved. We are blessed to have so many professionals joining our ranks. We're honored to speak on behalf of New York City Emergency Management and celebrate you at tonight's graduation. So now I'd like to recognize our colleagues from the police department and the fire department. We're joined by Deputy Chief Steve Corcoran from the FDNY. And without both police and fire, we wouldn't be able to provide this excellent training. I will now pass it over to Chief Corcoran for a couple words.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Fire Commissioner Daniel Nigro and the Chief of Department Thomas Richardson, as well as all the CERT instructors from both EMS and fire operations, it's my pleasure to congratulate you on the successful completion and graduation from the Fall 2021 CERT program. We all commend you and thank you for giving up your precious free time to commit to giving back and helping the people of your community, as well as all the people of this great city. As we're all too painfully aware, we're still living times of stress and uncertainty with regards to the ongoing COVID pandemic. But you all overcame your apprehension and you came to CERT headquarters on several occasions to participate in hands-on instruction, as well as to come for 2 disaster simulations that we conducted here at NYCM headquarters. And I can tell you across the board, all the instructors, as well as all the New York City Emergency Management staff, were genuinely impressed with the professionalism and dedication you demonstrated on those evenings. It was obvious that you all want to be the best that you can be and to help people. And that is ultimately what the CERT program is all about. Unfortunately, we only have to look to the tragic event that took place in the Bronx just this past week to realize how the key missions of CERT are more important than ever. And one of those key missions is being community preparedness. CERT members have the ability to overcome language and cultural issues to get the word out to the people in their communities about fire safety and what to do if fires break out in different types of structures in their communities. Education and preparedness is one of the key and foremost missions of the CERT program. You've also began your training in emotional and psychological first aid and how we can assist people in the aftermath of the tragedy. Along with NYCM, the Red Cross, and our other partnering agencies, we can provide assistance to survivors and their families with compassion, warmth, and professionalism. Your CERT mission isn't an easy one, and like anything worthwhile doing in this life, it requires dedication and practice to become better at it. So the initial training you received is just the beginning. I look forward to seeing you all in the future at various training classes, as well as down the field at the scenes of emergencies. So congratulations again. I hope you and your families have a happy and safe new year. I thank you again for your dedication to the CERT program. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you.
Thank you to Chief Corcoran. We really appreciate all your support in your many years with the CERT program. And I believe we also have a video from our NYPD instructors for our graduates.
Good evening, everyone. This is Officer Evans. I just wanted to say congratulations on successfully completing the course. You guys did a wonderful job. Best of luck to each and every one of you, and thank you for your volunteer service.
Hey everyone, it's Officer Santos from the Auxiliary Police Section of the NYPD. I just want to congratulate you on completing the CERT program. I hope you all enjoy this program and continue to serve your communities well.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Mercado from the NYPD. I would like to congratulate all the CERT basic training graduates. It was great to be back in in-person classes, and I look forward to seeing everybody at future events and trainings.
Congratulations, everyone. I look forward to working alongside of all of you, and thank you so much for volunteering your time. Congratulations again, and enjoy the night.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant D. Esposito, assigned to the Auxiliary Police Section of the NYPD. I want to personally congratulate each and every one of you for successfully completing your community emergency response training. You have shown a true dedication to this city, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to work alongside you in the event of any major incident. Thank you, and be safe.
So again, I'd like to thank all the NYPD instructors, including Inspector Emmanuel Gonzalez, who was unable to join us this evening. NYPD, just like the fire department, has been, and EMS has been a very strong supporter of the CERT program since its inception, incredibly, I think 19 years now. So the CERT community is very lucky, as we know, to have our active FDNY, EMS, and NYPD first responders available to provide basic training. Their knowledge and professionalism is unmatched. And so again, we want to thank them. We will now move on to the awards. So I am going to pass it over to Herman.
Thank you, Commissioner. I have the honor of being this is a great part of the program. So I just want to jump right in. My name is Herman Schaefer. I'm the Deputy Commissioner of Community Engagement. I want to thank every one of our New York City CERT graduates, our volunteer leadership, agency staff, and friends of the program for joining us this evening. As Christina said, this year marks the 19th anniversary of the New York City CERT program. And I cannot believe that time has gone that quick. I continue to be impressed by our CERT volunteers who daily give their time and energy to take care of others. With that in mind, we have several awards that we present annually to honor volunteers who have gone above and beyond. We will start this evening with the John D. Solomon Award, which recognizes an individual volunteer for exemplary service preparing their communities for emergencies. Now, I've had the pleasure of working with John. Not only was he an amazing individual and volunteer, but also passionate and nationally recognized advocate for emergency preparedness. This award, as you might say, this prestigious award is presented to a volunteer work performed for the year 2020. Like so many other things, some of our programming was briefly put on hold, and we are excited now to have this opportunity to present this award. We have chosen Bronx Division 2 CERT member Geneva Wilson as the recipient. Geneva kept a very busy schedule pre-pandemic, and she continued this through the pandemic between her work with the Ready New York program and CERT recruitment events. In 2020, Geneva participated in Ready New York events such as the local 375 Women's Committee workshops in Bronx CB5 and a presentation at the Bronx High School of Science, just to name a few. During the pandemic, she moved to a virtual platform, as many people did, and continued to present for the program, including a joint presentation with NYSM staff at a virtual Bronx CB4 meeting. Geneva also continued to assist in deployments during this time. Geneva, who is also a chief, has conducted CERT presentations, conducted CERT presentations for a nutrition class on Zoom. Her dedication to preparedness education can be seen in everything she does. Her support of the program is immeasurable and much appreciated, and she does all of it with a great big smile and amazing energy. Thank you, Geneva, for your tireless efforts. New Yorkers are better prepared because of you. Before we hear from Geneva, we have a message for the wife of the late John D. Solomon, for whom the award is named.
Good evening. Each year we get together to honor and celebrate the new CERT graduates, as well as the CERT members who over the past year have shown exemplary service to New Yorkers in the area of emergency preparedness and response. Sadly, this year we are only virtually together. but I'm still so happy to have the opportunity to say how grateful I am that CERT exists and how lucky we are to have a group of New Yorkers willing to commit their time to bettering the lives of their fellow citizens. So I thank you once again. To this end, I would like to congratulate all of the new CERT graduates and thank you for showing concern for your families, your neighbors, and your city. I applaud you for your commitment and for realizing our city is only as good as its citizens, those willing to help each other prepare for emergencies and lend support when incidences arise. I am speaking tonight because of my late husband, John Solomon, who is an active member and passionate supporter of CERT. He believed emergency preparedness should be viewed as a responsibility of citizenship in the 21st century. As much as he believed it was a citizen's responsibility to be prepared, he felt CERT provided even more than that. In his own words from his blog entitled, "In Case of Emergency, Read Blog, A Citizen's Eye View of Public Preparedness," he explained what being a CERT member meant to him. When we are on the type of CERT deployments during or after an emergency, I find that many of the people we come in contact with have no idea what CERT is and why these people in green shirts are there helping out. When they find out, most are surprised and happy to hear that there is a group of fellow New Yorkers who are there to assist them at this difficult time. In fact, I think that sometimes the tangible help we give them is less important than the positive citizen-to-citizen feeling certain genders in the community and the model it can be for further involving citizens in their own preparedness and response to emergencies. NYSEM honored my husband for his service by creating the John D. Solomon New York City CERT Award in his memory, and I am so happy to be able to congratulate this year's winner, Geneva Wilson. Geneva is both a member of CERT Bronx Division 2 as well as the CERT Recruitment Group. She is always ready to present to a group about the important role a CERT member can play in the community, and in 2020 presented to the local 372 Women's Committee, Bronx High School of Science, and a workshop in Bronx CB5, to name a few. Then, when the COVID pandemic hit, Geneva began presenting virtually through Ready New York and CERT recruitment events. She also continued deployments during this very challenging time, as well as working at NYSEM's mobile office hours. And when a fellow CERT member needed support, Geneva offered to become his mentor. To top it off, Geneva is a chef who has conducted CERT presentations for her nutrition class on Zoom. Geneva, your dedication to preparedness and education and support of the CERT program is remarkable. I know John would be so honored to have you receive this award that carries his name. Congratulations to you and thank you. And once again, congratulations to all of you graduating here tonight. I hope you find the same kind of personal gratification as a CERT member as John did. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. You know, your words and also John's words still ring true even a few years later. But let's hear from the recipient of the 2020 John D. Solomon in New York City CERT Preparedness Award, Geneva Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Geneva Wilson. I just found out that I got the award. I was nominated for the John Solomon Award, and it was for preparedness and educating the community. And I was so shocked to get it. I didn't even know. And I'm truly happy to accept this award. And it was a lot of effort. It was a team thing. And I was able to assist in getting the communities educated through the events, during the COVID. It was really rough, but it was great to go out there and to meet with the people, educate them, let them know what it is that they can do, whether they're of age, whether they're not. We had people in wheelchairs coming up there, and it was really nice. And I am so honored to accept this award. And to all the graduates out there, congratulations. This is a big step. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you out there and stand next to me and go out there and be the best that we could be. Thank you so much for this award. I'm truly blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Geneva. And as always, your energy is infectious. So I now know why everyone responds so well to you when you're talking to them about preparedness. Our next award is the Carlos Nieves New York City CERT Team Award for Excellence in Deployment and Emergency Response. This award recognizes the team's generous commitment of time, support, and inspiration to its community. The members of Queens Division 2 did a great job this past year, even with all the uncertainty surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic, and truly exemplifying the spirit of Carlos Nieves. These amazing volunteers completed the most COVID-19 deployment shifts of all divisions, assisting with PPE distribution, canvassing in our communities, and staffing the FEMA disaster recovery centers, just to name a few. Residents were more aware and prepared for COVID protocols, guidelines, and resources because of this volunteer support. It is our honor to present Queens Division 2 with the well-earned Carlos Nieves New York City CERT Team Award for Excellence Deployment and Emergency Response. Queens Division 2 Chief Lucy Scalero will be accepting this award for her division. Lucy?
First, I want to thank NYCEM for choosing our team, Queens Division 2, for this most beautiful award. Our team throughout this COVID felt that they didn't do enough to help the community at large. I want to thank those that carried 30-pound boxes of food that brought into the trucks of the Coast Guard, so they can get food to people that were in need of food during the time that they shut us down. And we had a few members there, and I want to thank them for that. I also want to thank many of the members that gave out masks in their community in different languages, and especially those that worked with the MTA, asking for help to place the mask on. I also want to thank those who helped us get the IDA assistance program, and I especially want to thank NYCEM for doing a great job on the multi-language that helped me immensely in my community, and it helped a lot of the people in CERT to get out to the people that definitely needed. I know there's a lot more, such as the buddy check. Many of them did that, checking on their neighbors and family, and I want to thank our members for that. And I just want to talk a little about myself and how and why I joined CERT. My mother was a burn victim, disfigured years ago as a young woman, and I wanted to let you know that fire, and I keep telling this to a lot of people because we have a lot of fires in our neighborhood, that fire moves very quickly. It doesn't leave a sign or tail. It moves very quickly. And many people can be easily hurt and probably be killed. So I joined hoping that I could get this message out to our community at large. We used to have an emergency go bag. It wasn't called a go bag, but an emergency bag with everything in it. So when CERT was teaching this, I figured it's a great thing for me to join. I also want to thank all the instructors who guided us through the training. Most importantly, the Randall's Island, all the training I took, because I thought for sure I wouldn't be worthy of helping people out under CERT. But when I took the training at Randall's Island, it all came to fruition, everything they were teaching us. And I beg many of you, if that is open, go to it. It's worth it. It'll bring all the training you've had in weeks to the understanding of what it's all about. I'm still learning cribbing, so I hope I never have to use it. But either way, go to any training they have, make the most of it. It's free to you. I know it's time consuming, but it's worth it. And again, I want to thank my Queens Division 3 and Queens 4 under Queens Division 2 for doing a great job. I know that many of you felt that you didn't do enough. Well, I guess NYCEM and this Mr. Carlos Nieves, this wonderful person that's honoring us through NYCEM, for this honor. And I pray that everything works well for all of you. Stick with it. And I'm always willing to talk to anybody. I've done this before with other teams and other members. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucy. You know, Lucy is a long-term member of ours, someone I've known for many, many years. And I would take her up on that. If you are looking for a mentor, we've got a mentor program here. And Lucy will be able to talk to you a little bit about CERT. Clearly, her passion for it still exists many years after joining, and I think for all the right reasons. Now we'll move to our last award of the evening, the Joanne Webb Dixon New York City CERT Ambassador Award. Joanne Webb Dixon lived her life as an advocate for community preparedness. This past November, her community in the Bronx continued to celebrate her contributions to this great city by co-naming a street after her, Melrose Street in the Bronx. A fitting tribute for a person who kept watch over her community for so many years. This year, we would like to bestow this award named after this wonderful community-minded person on another dedicated CERT group who has proven to support their communities by their actions over the last 2 years. This year's recipients are the members of Queens Division 6 CERT. Among many things, division members participated in Eastern Alliance Boot Camp and connected with New York City Emergency Management's Community Preparedness Unit to the Village Fellowship Worship Center in Rosedale, Queens. The Community Preparedness Unit was able to do a workshop for the center and also produced a dynamic video about community preparedness for National Preparedness Month. Accepting on behalf of Queens Division 6 is their chief, Ajwa Gifa. Ajwa?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ajwa Gifa, and I'm the former chief of Queens Division 6 CERT. I want to thank you all for allowing us to accept this award, the Joan B. Dixon New York City CERT Ambassador Award for Queens Division 6. My team has been diligently working in the community, and we are proud to be able to accept this award for our team. At this time, I would also like to say congratulations to all of the current graduates. Welcome to CERT. Roll up your sleeves and let's get busy. Our community needs us. Again, thank you for allowing us to be the recipients of the Joan B. Webb Dixon New York City CERT Ambassador Award. Thank you.
And thank you, Ajwa, for being so community-minded and also for all the work you do to be able to further both the CERT program in your community and the work that you do to be able to get your community prepared. Just want to say a big thank you to all of our award winners this evening. It is great work and you should treat it as an honor that it is. And we really look to see you continue in the program. And for those who are just graduating, maybe we will see you also as an award winner in the near future. Now, Joe, let's move on to the new graduates, the stars of the show tonight. Joe, do you want to begin with the Monday-Wednesday session?
Yes, Herman. Before we do that, for our graduates, we have two messages from your lead emergency management instructors. So we'll play those for you now.
Hey guys, congratulations on surviving CERT class cycle 39. We're so great and so lucky to have you guys all join us. I want to thank you all for allowing me and Jimmy and Chris to be your CERT teachers this year. I'm so glad you were able to participate with us and ask a lot of really thoughtful questions as you now progress into your CERT experience. I wish you all the best in the new year. And if you see me in the city, please, say hi, don't be a stranger. If you see me in a human services operation, because that might happen and you might be asked to volunteer, please come up and say hi. So I know that, you're here to help us and do some really good for the city. But just really want to say thank you again to all of you for participating and wanting to be a part of helping out the city in times of disasters and emergencies. So thank you so much. Good luck, and we'll see you out there. Bye.
I'm Elizabeth O'Donnell, a New York City Emergency Management CERT liaison, and I would like to congratulate all of you for graduating in this CERT cycle. Hope that all of you enjoy meeting your fellow CERT members, as well as taking advantage of the many training opportunities that the CERT program has to offer. I would like to thank and commend all of you for volunteering your time to support New York City preparedness activities, as well as first responders during disasters, especially during this unprecedented time. It's ultimately your time and effort that will make your New York City community stronger. So with that, congratulations on graduating. May you enjoy your volunteer experience and stay safe.
Thank you. That was Eric Stossel and Elizabeth O'Donnell. While their day-to-day work is not directly involved in the CERT program, other staff in emergency management like Eric and Elizabeth are a vital part of this program. In hosting this training, it would be impossible to do that without some extra support. As many of you know, and many of you graduates will find out soon, there's a lot going on at all times. So again, thank you, Eric and Elizabeth, for your support. Now, on to the graduates. We're going to start with the Wednesday course. So yeah, let's get started. First person we'd like to honor is Leslie Aspis, going to Manhattan Division III CERT. Arlene Besant, Brooklyn Division III CERT. Lana Corby, going to Brooklyn Division IV CERT. Reynald Emmanuel, going to Brooklyn Division VII CERT. Abe Hendon, going to Manhattan Division IV. Marie Kazadri, going to Brooklyn Division II. Asante Kingsbury, going to Brooklyn Division III. Nicholas Pineda, going to Bronx Division I. William Rivera, going to Bronx Division IV. Alexa Rodriguez, Queens Division III. Eddie Rosenbaum, Manhattan Division III. Shirley San Andres Alonso, going to Bronx Division IV. Berkeley Sanchez, going to Manhattan Division V. Dolores Smith Johnson, Brooklyn Division I. Samantha Vasquez, going to Manhattan Division I. And last but not least, David Zubin, going to Brooklyn Division V. Thank you all. Great job. We've heard nothing but great things and are really excited to see you all out there. Herman, would you like to share the names of the Tuesday, Thursday class?
Of course. Thank you, Joe. Okay. Moving on to the Tuesday, Thursday class, we have Henry Baez going to Brooklyn Division I. Christine Bailey Lagarce going to Brooklyn Division V. Lauren Campbell going to Queens Division VI. Wei Chung Chan going to Queens Division IV. And Michael Chen going to Manhattan Division I. Dara Kreeman going to Manhattan Division III. Akut Hassan going to Brooklyn Division VII. Michael Khan, Manhattan Division I. Darlene Lee going to Manhattan Division V. Lisa Manalang Tambusco, Queens Division IV. Leona Mason, Manhattan Division II. Therese McGinn going to Manhattan Division III. Carol Robinson going to Bronx Division IV. Roman Rainuski going to Queens Division III. Brian Stanley going to Brooklyn Division I. Zin Marthe going to Brooklyn Division V. And Michaela Warnsley going to Manhattan Division V. I believe that closes out the Tuesday, Thursday class. And a huge congratulations to all of our graduates. You are incredibly welcome into the program, and we are excited to be able to start working with you. Christina, would you like to provide a few closing remarks?
Hey, thank you. So again, as Herman and Joe and everyone said, thank you to all the graduates. Congratulations. We're excited to get you, into all of our operations. I know all the division chiefs and other leaders are excited to get you all onto their teams. So as I think everyone knows, but you guys are really an incredible group. And you're joining an incredible group of over 1,100 other dedicated volunteers who stand ready to assist the city with preparedness and response activities whenever and wherever you're called upon. I think we've mentioned a few of the activations that the teams have been part of, but we just wanted to kind of go through some of them. As we noted, and everyone knows all too well, we're still in the middle of the pandemic. CERT volunteers have helped with the large vaccine distribution that has gone on across the city, and also PPE distribution with our friends at Test and Trace. Going back to warmer times, CERT volunteers have helped at the Heroes Parade that the mayor's office put on back in July, the 4th of July fireworks, the 5-borough bike tour, and a couple months ago, the Thanksgiving Day parade. Also, Tropical Storm Ida. We had 5 and then 4 service centers open for quite some time, and CERT were instrumental working in those service centers and also helping canvass in some of the hardest hit neighborhoods. And I think, as Lucy mentioned, also doing buddy checks, which sounds like a simple task, but it's been a huge assist during these challenging times. Working with vulnerable groups that can be confined to their homes, and providing these quick wellness checks for residents that don't have family members to check in on them regularly can literally sometimes be the difference between life or death. And you see all the enthusiasm and the joy our CERT members bring, and so we know that this is something that they do the best. Speaking of the best, we also want to bring your attention to something that happened just last week. It's incredible that we're only 11 days into this year, but last week on January 1st, the Coney Island Polar Bear Plunge, which is quite an event, if you've ever been part of that, that came back. It took last year off and it came back this year. And as every time when we have the Polar Bear Plunge, New York City CERT members were part of the participants. They were deployed to provide support with pedestrian management, and also responsible to help make sure that everyone was safely partaking in the plunge. During that event, a participant was seen face down in the water, and CERT members, as they always do, jumped into action after the person was pulled from the water. Incredibly, probationary NYC CERT member Britta Husak of Brooklyn Division 6 performed chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to save this person's life. We want to thank Britta. You are truly a hero, and we want to thank the other members that were present and provided support during this ordeal, including Daria Matskin, Craig Clyfield, Sal D'Alessio, William Vitale, Kellen Pascal, and Tom Wagner, who swiftly created a perimeter, allowing Britta the space she needed to perform CPR with enough room for FDNY EMS to get through the crowd and transfer the person into the ambulance, where he was transported to the local hospital. We even received a nice note from the Coney Island Polar Bear Club thanking New York City CERT, so we wanted to share that with all of you. I'll read it now. It says, I wanted to extend a huge thank you to the entire CERT team for all their help, but particularly for our swimmer in distress early on in the event. Your team was on top of it immediately and saved the day. The swimmer was revived by a CERT member and is thankfully alive and well, and was released from the hospital shortly after. So, let's hear it for Britta and for the whole team. That is really incredible. So in closing, after tonight, as we've mentioned, we expect all of our CERT members, and we know that you'll all do great things and join your fellow members in this amazing volunteer work. I'm sorry, as I know Lucy and others have said it, excuse me, we really do encourage you to take advantage of all the training and the opportunities, whatever. We know those opportunities may look a little different right now, but whatever opportunities the program has to offer. Speaking of opportunities, I also want to take a moment to thank our CERT program staff who, work around the clock and are there. Very nice, very artful. to keep this program moving forward, including Joe Papello, Denise Esposito, Anthony Escato, Regina Wilson, Louis Villalba, and of course, I want to thank our anchor, Herman Schaefer. To our new graduates, we're very pleased to welcome you to the emergency management family, and I think it's now appropriate time for you all to give yourselves a round of applause. As you do that, we will close out the ceremony with one more brief video. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Welcome to CERT.
Everyone.
Bye, guys.
Welcome to CERT.
Police Division 6.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Be safe. Be safe.
Hi, Lucy.
Hey, guys.
Bye.
Hi there. How's everybody? Oh, what a lovely voice.
Congratulations.